Why do you do this to me, Fairy Tail? Every time you do this, it's frustrating. Welcome to the review of Fairy Tail 445, Filthy Little Fairy. I'm gonna just jump straight forward. Makarov, my guy. But come on. You know how great that would be if something like happened to Makarov, but everybody's development, Natsu, Gray, it would be great for the story if something happened to Makarov. Didn't want him to die, but for all intents and purposes, it would have been necessary. And it would have made sense. How did Mest figure out where he was that quickly? Like, no. I know how he did it. Really? Death is necessary for a series. Okay? It's necessary. Ace was a great character, but that advanced Luffy, it made the story more interesting. It just made everything better. You didn't want to lose Ace as a character, but it just happened for the story. In Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or Full Metal Alchemist Rogers? I don't remember. Roy Mustang's best friend. He died, and that was... Nobody wanted him to die. He was a great character, but he died. It happens. Man, let's backtrack a little bit to the beginning where we're introduced to more of the 12. We meet Ember. Looks like he's the leader. He's the general. We meet August. He is the magician. We meet Azir Lemur, who's the desert king. We also meet Dimaria Goesta, who's the war princess. I mean, based on their names, I guess you can try to figure out what their magic is. Azir, his magic seems to be something to do with sand, because he's the desert king. And the war princess, I'm anticipating her powers are comparable to Irsa's, where she uses equip magic. So we're introduced to these characters, and Zeref, he seems to be in a good mood, but he's kind of pompous because Ember calls him wind, and he says, "Oh, that's all I am, a fickle wind." And then I believe Maria, looks like Sakura Drugs, says, "No, you're not a wind, you're a dark storm that brings about death." And he smirks at that. That shows his true nature. After that, we're introduced to them, and they have a quick conversation because Zeref wants to meet with 12 right away. And I guess August, he brings up and mentions Ragnarok. And Ragnarok is really the Dragon Festival. He confirmed there will be a war because Azir looks like he has a lazy eye. He's ecstatic at this. I guess he's been sitting around doing nothing all day, and this just made his day. Then we move to the guy with the long neck that looks like a tree. He brings Makarov in, and then Makarov, he bows, he's polite. Then Zeref asks for them to be alone. Now they're alone. I was thinking Makarov would just, tiptoe around Zeref, but he kind of just jumped right into it. "So are you Spriggan or are you Zeref?" He said he's both. And basically he was like, cut the bullshit. And because Makarov was still calling it Lumen his store, he's like, "I know what it is. It's Fairy Heart." Fairy Heart, I'm conflicted on what it could be. It could be the reason why Fairy Tail is on a constant protection. It could be it enhances their magic. It could be if you have the seal, it's you gain a power up, essentially. If you're fighting for the guild, you're stronger. But that's what I'm leaning toward. And Zeref basically says, "I've been searching for a purpose, and I found it. It's the Dragon Festival / Ragnarok." He says, "I intend to start an extermination." And Makarov is the guy, "I don't intend to hand over Fairy Heart to the likes of you." Zeref gets him with his magic. And then comes the bullshit with Mest. finding him. I don't know how. Makarov is saved. And then, of course, Zeref, who's infatuated with his little brother, Natsu. Natsu, you've come. And Natsu's like, Zeref. And it ends there. Next week is going to be great because we're going to get color pages, and it's going to be 31 pages. That's the thing with Fairy Tail. They're always extra pages, long chapters, and the color pages are great. Other than that, it was a good chapter. I wasn't feeling the Makarov thing. I feel like he should have died. Hey, it is what it is. Next week I expect a good chapter. It seems to be the pacing has been great. I expect to be introduced to more of the members of the 12 next week, and I want to learn more about Brandish because the way she went about things was different. She didn't seem to be power hungry. Another interesting point was when he said that the war from 10 years ago, he stopped it. He stopped the war because a lot of the 12 or the people who initiated the war, they don't know how to take no. So I guess someone came and they tried to request Fairy Heart before and they said no. So they intended to start a war and he stopped it because it wasn't the right time. He basically started the country to go against Acnologia, the Black Dragon. And then that speaks to how strong Acnologia, the Black Dragon, really is. It really speaks to his power. I mean, you know he can transform between dragon and man, so that's great. But it's going to be an all-out war, or extermination, as Zeref calls it. Someone from Fairy Tail has to die. The reason for this Dragon Festival is basically to entice Natsu to kill Zeref, because he wants to die. That's what he wants to do, and he knows Natsu's the only one that can do it. I don't know if this is going to happen before another time skip, because Natsu, as he is now, he can even take care of Brandish's subordinate. That looks far off, but then they get power-ups here and there, so that's different. Anyways, that's the end of the review. Like the video if you did, dislike if you didn't. Any feedback is good feedback. Please comment, and please do not forget to subscribe. Alright, thanks guys. Have a good evening.